All right, we'll go ahead and get started with the Regional Flood Control District. Mr. Parrish.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Item number 1 is comments by the general public.
This is the first time set aside for public comment. This time is limited to comments on items that are included on today's flood control agenda. Those wishing to speak on a posted agenda item, now is your opportunity. Please come forward to the microphone, provide your comments, and state your name for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close the first public comment period.
Item 2 is action to approve the agenda with the deletion of any items. Mr. Chair, the agenda is in order for approval.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
There's a motion to approve the agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 3 is action to approve the minutes of the January 11, 2024 meeting. Mr. Chair, the minutes are in order for approval.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
All right, there's a motion on the floor to approve the minutes from the January 11th, 2024 meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 4 is to discuss the general manager's monthly report. Mr. Chair, I didn't prepare any slides for the monthly report today, but I did want to mention a couple of things. First, the Jim McGoy detention basin. Bids were opened on that 2 weeks ago. It was a $20 million was low bid, so the county will be working through awarding that contract to the consultant. This is an important project for us because it'll alleviate some flooding that occurred up on Frenchman Mountain over the summer months last year. Also, we're planning on doing a groundbreaking for that project, which probably in late April or early May, to honor Mr. McGoy, who was a state assemblyman, and he was responsible for revising NRS to allow for the creation of a flood control district. So we're going to name this basin in his honor and do a groundbreaking for him. Also wanted to mention we've got some pretty good rain over the last 72 hours or so. Thankfully, it's been spread out over those 72 hours, so it hasn't been very intense, and our system has been able to handle that rainfall pretty easily. But we did see some accumulation of water in some of the channels and detention basins in the valley. There were a couple of issues, typical like the link had water running through it, as well as some road closures up in Red Rock where the roads just dip through washes. So other than that, nothing really to speak of. And that concludes my report. If there's any questions.
Any questions or comments from the board? Thank you, Mayor Harity, for joining us. All right, Ms. Parrish.
Part 2 of your agenda is the consent agenda. These are items 5 through 14 are to consider to be routine and may be acted upon in one motion if the board so desires.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
There's a motion to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Sorry. Part 3 of your agenda is the discussion items. Item 15 is action to evaluate the performance of the general manager, adopt management goals and objectives for 2024, and adopt recommendations from the committee to adjust compensation or take action as deemed appropriate. Mr. Chair, each of you have a flash drive that was in an envelope there that includes the strategic plan for 23, as well as the proposed strategic plan for calendar year 24, as well as the minutes from the committee meeting. The committee did meet. It consisted of Chair Jones and Vice Chair Barone and Councilman Knudsen. And I appreciate them taking their time to come and do that performance review. The recommendation of the committee was a 6% COLA and a 1.5% merit.
Very good. Any comments from board members?
Yeah.
Vice Chair?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, Mr. Manager, I think for me, the actual moment when I realized that we've had the right person who has engendered the right team and provided the right leadership, right, outstanding, was this past year when I was tripping out because I saw the waters were pretty high in certain of the channels on my side of town. And when I contacted you, I think the best I could say is, we got this. And you weren't even in town. You could not have foreseen that you were going to be out of town for these rather big events. The team was running great without you. That's probably the very best comment I could say on leadership. Whenever the team moves as a machine on autopilot and everyone's all chilled out, that's probably the best. That's probably the best commendation that I could probably make. And I think we're lucky to have you, quite frankly. And I think we are making the right move by retaining him and making sure that he doesn't go anywhere that might need his services more than us. Thank you.
Very good. I would just echo those comments. We're very lucky to have you here, and like Councilman Barone, the best hallmark of a leader is somebody who builds a great team, which you certainly have done in this role, and have been recognized nationally for your leadership here. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to. Oh, sorry, Mayor. Sure.
As an alternate to this wonderful committee, I have to say, unfortunate for you that one of them wasn't there, because I would have given you much more in compensation. That's one. And second, but the reality is, these many years and going through the trials of all of this lack of preparedness because of the nature of our community and how it's set up, that you have taken care of it so well. And you know, as Commissioner Barone has just said, it is your team and that leadership. If everywhere we went had the same teams with the respect that they have for their leader, and knowing to trust his truth that this is the direction you go when you have an issue. I could clone you a million times, and I'm sure we could make a nice profit for another hotel here. But congratulations and thank you, and lucky for you all that I wasn't there arguing. Do more. Do more. I know you have. You don't have the money. Where's the money? Where's the money? Right here.
All right. Any other comments from the board? All right. With that, I'll take a motion.
Well, in this case, I'll be really honored if the mayor goes on this one.
I would love to make a motion to accept item 15, its totality, and thank you.
Very good. There's a motion on the floor to adopt the recommendations from the committee and authorize a 6% COLA, 1.5% merit raise for the general manager. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Let me just say thanks to the board for those comments, and I appreciate the support from all of you. Leading this organization has been a great honor, and you mentioned the team several times, and obviously I'm not doing all this stuff by myself. I got a great staff working for me, and they're very dedicated and committed to doing their best in the service of Clark County. So appreciate the comments, and thank you. Item number 16 is comments by the general public.
This is the second time set aside for public comment for the Regional Flood Control District. Anyone wishing to provide comment with regards to a matter before this board, please step forward to the microphone, state your name, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Seeing none, we will go ahead and close the second public comment period, and we are adjourned. We will get started with the Regional Transportation Commission in just a few minutes.